Mr. Harris had been teaching high school history for over 20 years. He was known for his calm demeanor and wise insights, often offering his students more than just lessons from textbooks. But when a series of unfortunate events began to unfold in his life, Mr. Harris found himself needing to draw upon his own teachings more than ever. One day, after a particularly challenging week at school, Mr. Harris received devastating news. His father had passed away. To make matters worse, a few days later, he was informed that budget cuts might lead to his job being downsized. The stress of these events began to weigh heavily on him, causing him to feel overwhelmed and uncertain about the future. In the quiet moments of the night, Mr. Harris turned to the one thing that had always brought him peace: Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that originated in Greece over 2,000 years ago. Founded by Zeno of Citium, Stoicism teaches the development of self-control, fortitude, and rational thinking as a means to overcome destructive emotions. It emphasizes the importance of accepting what we cannot change and focusing on what is within our control. Mr. Harris had taught his students about Stoicism many times, explaining how the Stoics believed that true happiness comes not from external events, but from our inner virtues and how we respond to life's challenges. Now, it was time for him to practice what he preached. He began each day by reflecting on a core Stoic principle: Amor Fati, the love of fate. This teaching encourages individuals to embrace whatever happens in life, not just with acceptance, but with love. Mr. Harris reminded himself that while he couldn't control the events that had unfolded, he could control his response to them. He chose to see these challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, rather than as setbacks. At school, Mr. Harris continued to teach with the same passion and dedication, despite the uncertainty of his job. He found solace in focusing on the present moment, another key Stoic practice. Instead of worrying about what might happen tomorrow, he concentrated on being fully present with his students, giving them his best each day. One afternoon, as Mr. Harris was discussing the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher, with his class, a student asked, "How do we stay strong when everything seems to be falling apart?" Mr. Harris paused, thinking of his own struggles, and then answered, "We stay strong by understanding that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react. We can choose to see challenges as opportunities to practice resilience and grow stronger. That's the essence of Stoicism." As the weeks went by, Mr. Harris found that his practice of Stoicism not only helped him cope with his personal challenges, but also inspired those around him. His students noticed his unwavering calm and began to adopt some of the teachings in their own lives. Even in the face of uncertainty, Mr. Harris remained a beacon of strength, demonstrating that true power lies in how we handle life's adversities. Eventually, the school decided to keep Mr. Harris on board, recognizing the positive impact he had on his students. He also made peace with his father's passing, cherishing the memories they had shared and accepting that life's course, though sometimes painful, was something to be embraced. Through it all, Mr. Harris embodied the teachings of Stoicism, showing that by focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, we can navigate life's storms with grace and emerge stronger.